Hey everybody, it's Axel with Golden Acorns, where we help guide your growth in 12 key areas of life. Stuff like learning, travel, finances, and more. So we're going to bring simple, actionable ideas to help move you guys forward with purpose. So let's plant some seeds of potential and grow a life you love. Please share and enjoy.
Right?
Yep.
Boom.
And we're rolling.
Yes. Good morning.
Hi. Good to see you. I feel like it's been a long time.
Yeah, I don't know, couple minutes.
I'm still figuring out this intro thing and how I pretend like we've just came together again for the week,
Yeah.
Let's see. Today, I want to talk about some rules.
Some rules.
As usual, per usual, as you say.
Usual.
That's my Andrea. Per usual.
Per usual.
I want to talk about a book we read a while ago called The Richest Man in Babylon. Because there's some rules.
I love that book.
I would like to read it again because I'm to the point where I feel like I start forgetting as much as I learn sometimes.
Oh, for sure.
You know, I'm just replacing now.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, God, I know there was some really good stuff in that book.
Yeah.
What was it?
The Richest Man in Babylon is one of those books that I feel like you could reread every 3 months, every quarter, or every 6 months, something like that, because it's just great advice. And just if you're not following the 7 rules, it's good reminders.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of Napoleon Hill's book too. This was written back the early 20s or late 20s, and it's like
Napoleon's book.
No, The Richest Man in Babylon.
Oh,
but his was too.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's this kind of old school, old world. These are just things that are timeless.
Completely timeless, because
always.
This is literally about the time of Babylon.
Yeah, because it's not about making money. Oh, you want to do this and that, and go buy this and change it into that. It's more here's the concept of what it takes to make money. Mm-hmm. And then you input the rest of that info into that.
Yeah. And that hasn't changed.
No, that's what I mean. And in the future, it won't.
Yeah.
It's still going to be the same thing. This is how you get success, whether it's, financial wealth, emotional health. These are all things that you have to put in play to get any kind of wealth. Mm-hmm. But this was, I want to say is George Clason is what I say.
Clason.
Clason.
Okay.
Clason.
Who kn- yeah.
I didn't know him personally. I wasn't born until 81. So, I wasn't around the 20s. But, no, it's just it's this cool little collection of parables from ancient Babylon. The whole book is about, it's all these little put together, these little stories about the rules of how you can create and amass wealth in your life.
Yeah. And what I love about the book, or it was pamphlets, wasn't it? Or
That's originally what it was.
Yeah. It was this collection of pamphlets.
And banks used to give them out, these little pamphlets.
Really?
That's what banks did because they actually cared about you making things, not just getting a return.
Right.
But yeah, they would make these little pamphlets and give them out to their customers.
That is so cool. But they're they show all sides of this. And we'll get into it, but it's he teaches you how to do something and then someone will do it, but then the next step they mess up and lose it all.
Oh, right.
So it's not all this is the perfect solution and, it's always going to work out for you. It's each one is a step in the chain.
You can't just be I'm going to do this one.
Right. I mean, you can, and a lot of people do, but to fully get the, results that you want to be the richest man in Babylon, right?
I think it's the hard thing these days with technology and the speed that things happen is we tend to skip steps.
Yeah.
We forget that things are set in motion a certain way. Mm-hmm. They're meant to be. But everything now is so instant gratification and I don't want to wait.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's just get it right now. So that causes people to skip steps, I think.
Yeah.
And then, maybe you only get part way. Maybe that's good enough. I don't know. I'm not the one to decide that.
Right. It's for everybody. It's your path.
Right.
Your journey. We only get one of them.
Do you remember the steps or the rules that they put in the book?
Yeah, only because I asked Google. So
Our old friend Goog.
I'm cheating. As a recap here, because otherwise it would like take me forever to go through the book. So I highly recommend reading the book though, even though we're going to talk about it today. This is just kind of, you know, Axel and I's interpretation of the synopsis of it. So I would say
you might get something completely different out of it.
See what you get out of it, right? Number one is pay yourself first. And it's start thy purse to fattening.
Oh yeah, I remember how it's always, because it's back in Babylonian times, so they talk differently. And
so set aside a portion of your income, ideally at least 10%, for savings and investments before spending on anything else. So we've talked about our budget system before.
I'm patting ourselves on the back for this because we put it in place, and even with I think this helped, but then also like we adapted it from your business and profit first, where it's like if you don't take that out, you're never gonna do it. You're just like, well, maybe next month we'll have a little more.
What do we call this fattening of thy purse in our personal account?
Well, this would be our wealth creation account.
Yeah. So we labeled ours wealth creation because I think we felt, for one, that's kind of motivating to
Absolutely.
Be like, all the money that we're putting in here is building us wealth. So what we do with that account, that's like our, it's our wealth building account, right? It's for investments only.
Yeah.
It's the only thing we use it for.
Yeah. And it literally says like it says like wealth creation, 10%.
10%.
So when we go to an allocations, I always, I know now.
Yeah.
But it's always like, 10% is the first one that goes out of whatever money we make. Mm-hmm. And then on those, so I make commissions. So like sometimes I get bigger commissions. And if there's extra left at the end of all the allocations.
Do we spend it?
Hell no. It goes right back into the wealth creation.
Yeah.
So sometimes I get to put more than 10%, and that feels good.
That is amazing.
Like I love seeing that account grow.
So I think that's kind of what makes our path strong or different is, you get unexpected money as we'll say a regular person. And you're not you're not allocating funds into different accounts. You're not, then it's like, ooh, I can spend this money. Right. And then you just buy a new big screen TV I think as humans, we especially in this day and age, we just feel so entitled to this extra money and we can just blow it because that's what we did growing up. It was if my dad finished a construction job and got this windfall of money, he'd buy a new truck or he'd, and that's kind of what I grew up with understanding money was if you get a big lump sum, you spend it. Right. And then it was kind of feast or famine. It was always we either had a lot of money or we were broke and they were fighting, and it just sucked.
Yeah.
Sucked growing up that way. And I think, and my parents are super young. So and they had no education around this. So it's not their fault. They were doing the best they could. They felt proud that they would earn these chunks of money and they wanted to spend it. Right. And I think that's a lot of people.
I feel like a lot are children. And what I mean by that is children, if you give them a tub of ice cream, children aren't going to be disciplined enough to be you know what? I want this to last for about a week. So I'm just going to have a little bit every night. They go, I'm going to eat as much as I can until someone tells me no. And there's plenty of adults that never grow out of that. So when they get more money, they're like, I've been working hard. I'm going to use all my money instead of being you know what? I should probably put this aside because things might happen. So we just make these childlike decisions sometimes and we can't control that. We're not disciplined animals in the world. That is really hard.
Yeah. So this is really important. If you just get in the habit, I think when we started we kind of lived that way. Except ours was all debt and then pay it off. Debt and then pay it off.
Yeah, we spent the money before we had it.
Yeah. So once we got even and then we started implementing this, Like I would say we still had a lot of debt even when we started implementing these allocations and these accounts. And
yeah, but that was more for us, like our safety net too. Like we never felt like our credit was a good safety because we knew how it felt already to have debt. Mm-hmm. You know, and we're like, well, something happened and we got to add another $2,000 to our debt. Mm-hmm. Like we didn't have the income back then. Like that was freaking us out. Like it'd take us years to pay off $2,000 extra on top of what we already had.
Oh yeah.
So I think that's what really grew for me was when we started putting that money in. It was real. And like,
what do you mean it was real?
Like it was real money. Say we saved $2,000 in an account. If something happened, it's like I could pay that $2,000 and I'm not behind anywhere. Mm-hmm. Like it felt great.
And we like lived the first 10 years, 20, not 10 years, probably 15 years of our marriage behind.
Yeah.
We were just behind always, you know? So setting it aside and I mean, I think we've talked about this before, but I think that's one thing Dave Ramsey does well with his Financial Peace University is have $1,000 savings. So that's kind of his version of it is like, no matter how bad in debt you are or how far behind you are, put $1,000 aside.
Right.
And we felt like we couldn't do that at the time and we did it. And like the peace it does give you to be like, oh my God, we had $1,000, you know?
Once again, it's crazy. It's discipline to be like, because there's a million things you can think of to spend that money on.
Well, and for us, it was always debt. We were like, let's just pay more on our debt.
Yeah,
why would we save this?
Why wouldn't I put $1,000 on a credit card that I owe and instead put it in the bank?
Right.
When I'm paying interest on this credit card.
Yeah, it made no sense. And it's all like a mind trick.
Yeah.
Because once you have cash in a savings account and you know that it's like a safety net, it was like we just wanted to build that. We just wanted to like have more safety and more comfort. And
it was addicting.
It still is. I mean, I know we've gotten to points where we're like, ooh, we want this to be our new goal, you know, before we invest it or
right.
Yeah. So, and even it gets down to a certain point and we're like, ooh.
So we're going to grow thy purse.
Fatten thy purse.
Fatten thy purse by saving
10%.
10%. And you know what? You can do more, less. It's up to you, but start with something.
I think if you sat down, well, okay, don't kill yourself and go backwards and be like, I would say just start brand new right now. Like, don't try to go backwards and like be like, oh, okay. Start right now. Your next paycheck or the next chunk of money you get.
I like this. Yeah.
Try and move 10% out before you do anything else, before you pay any of your bills, and then where are you falling short? What can you like adjust? And it's way easier than you think.
It really is.
It might take like an hour to figure it out.
It sounds scarier when you're like, well, where's this money going to come for the rest of the stuff?
Mm-hmm. And then you see like, oh, I drink a Scooters every single day. Maybe that's more important to have a cushion of savings than to drink a coffee out every single day.
Maybe your decision.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe that's not right for you. Maybe it's,
but you have to save it separate too. You can't like just be like, oh, this $1,000 in this account, 1,000 of that is for savings. Like you need to either take it out, put it in an envelope, put it somewhere, or you need to have a separate account. Like you cannot have a combined account. That's like, well, this is my savings and my spending.
No. So I know when we first started this, we actually bought a little safe that was big enough to fit our fit documents and stuff.
Yep.
Because I was like, we should probably put like our marriage certificate and our passports and, just important documents that we wouldn't want, to lose in a fire or something. So we got one big enough for that, but it's just, little one in our closet.
Yeah, and nothing special.
And then we took that money and we literally put it in our safe. We put $1,000 in our safe. And one of my favorite guys that I listen to, Garrett Gunderson, he also says to have like 3 to 6 months of cash in your safe.
Yeah.
And that's in case like the banks collapse or, something to where you can't access your money, you still have money. like you can still function.
Well, we've been froze out of our bank account before. Mm-hmm. Wells Fargo.
Yeah, Wells Fargo.
Thanks for that.
Yeah.
So
traveling across the country.
Yeah, that was terrifying.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I get it. That makes sense.
Are you ready for the next one?
Yeah, hit it.
Let's do it.
But say it in old Babylonian times.
Oh, control thy expenditures.
Ah, yes.
I mean, we already kind of talked about that.
Thy expenditures. Yeah, that's like kind of like...
Differentiate between needs and wants. Create a budget. Track your cash flow. I mean, yeah.
But
living
look,
within your means and allocating funds.
This
Boom.
is from ancient times.
Right.
And it still works in 20... What year is it?
I mean,
25?
you really can make any amount of money work, right? So it's like, if you feel broke, you live paycheck to paycheck, but then you take out 10%, you're still going to feel broke. You're still going to live paycheck to paycheck, but that 10% every week, you're still going to make the 90% work for you.
You will. Promise.
You'll adjust to make that work. And then that 10% is growing, and that peace that it gives you is life-changing.
Yeah, it does something mentally to you as well, which we kind of talked about. It becomes addictive and whatnot. So
okay, make thy gold multiply.
Oh, how do we do this?
Invest your savings wisely to grow your wealth through various investments like stock, bonds, or real estate. So back to Garrett and what he recommends is to invest in what you know.
Right. So if someone's like, you should get in the stock market.
You should buy crypto.
My neighbor makes gobs of money. Mm-hmm. What does that mean to you? Does that mean you're blindly giving someone money and they're going to do it in the stock market? Are you going to learn it? Mm-hmm. Maybe you hate it. Maybe you're like, this is horrible. I want to blow my brains out. Don't invest in it.
Don't invest in it.
No matter what other people are saying. Mm-hmm. Crypto's a great example. When everyone's like, get on the crypto bus. I don't know jack squat about crypto.
No. So it's either learn everything about it and then invest in it if you feel confident, or don't invest in it. Like,
right.
For us, we're not crypto people, right? We're not stock market people. So are we dumb because we won't like jump on that train? Maybe we're going to miss out on an opportunity, but that is not our expertise. And we're not like excited about that either.
And we got over the FOMO from that stuff too. Like, if I don't invest in Apple,
Yeah.
Like, I think I kind of remember that feeling like, God, if we don't invest in stuff, how in 10, 20 years is it ever going to be worth anything? Like that was a thought in my mind when we were still kind of in a different mindset.
Yeah.
Now I don't have it. I'm just like, good for whoever does it. I hope they do great. I hope they understand it, but not for me.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with it now. But you can even do something small. Sorry. Investing. I'll give an example. We've talked about our Turo.
Yeah.
Like you can invest in purchasing a car and renting the car out. That's investing.
Yeah. And I mean, you might not necessarily know how to do that, but does that like spark an interest in you? Right? Like, does it sound enjoyable? Does it sound fun? Does it sound like something you would want to learn? I think that's more important because if you're living a paycheck to paycheck, you probably don't know how to invest in anything, right? I mean, like, so yes, anything you pick is going to be like starting new.
I feel like just a lot of times when you hear investing, people instantly think like IRAs or
stock market.
And there's so many other things that you could do.
For sure. I mean, our very first investment was buying a primary residence with 0% down. But right now, for example, it would be 3.5% to 5% down. Right?
FHA,
Yep. And if you're saving 10% every week, you can, or paycheck, whatever, you can do that. And then we house hacked, right? We had people living with us. So they actually paid our mortgage. So imagine someone else paying your rent or your mortgage right now. How much money would you have a month?
And all you gotta do is share a little bit of your house.
Right. And then, which, I mean, obviously everyone's in different stages of their life.
Right.
Like we wouldn't do that now. Like we have 3 kids, 2 dogs, like no one's...
Whatever. Who wants to move in? Let's go.
But I mean, obviously, so these are like lifestyle choices depending on where you're at in your life. But then Then we renovated it. We took that money that our friends were paying us and we renovated that home with that money because we had no money, right? We had debt. We had credit cards to use it. And then we had our friends' money that was paying our mortgage essentially.
Yeah.
And then we sold it, right? And we made a little chunk of money and then we invested that in a business.
We sold it like close to the crash still made money.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we did well.
Mm-hmm. And then we invested that in a business and so on and so forth. But you just have to start somewhere. But I mean, that's real estate,
that's a good
right?
call. Yeah.
I mean, anyone can take the steps necessary to be able to buy a home. Now, maybe you don't have good credit right now. Maybe you don't have the down payment, but this is what we're talking about, right? It's like
this will get you there.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Or, I mean, I just met a kid who they bought a home. They lived there for a year, their first home. And then he like maxed out a bunch of credit cards, which I don't necessarily recommend, but to furnish it and design it and turned it into an Airbnb. They moved into an apartment.
And they did like a pretty high end, not just like a
high design. I wouldn't say high end.
Yeah.
And now it generates them like net probably about 40 grand a year in their pockets.
Dang.
Right. So it's covering all their bills. It's doing, for that house. And then they're walking away with a small salary every year from
That's
this
awesome.
investment, after everything's paid.
And they have an asset.
And they have an asset that's appreciating.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So, I mean, that's another thing, right? It's just thinking outside the box and not just thinking, I don't know.
But you need someone to guide you there. We did. Like, we didn't know. We needed someone to guide us there. Because no one was telling us, like, well, you can move out of your house and rent your house. And
Which we did that too.
We did do that later. Yeah. But there's all these things. Like, you don't have to sell your house to get another house. And there needs to be a guide to help you know what you can do, what's even an option. And that's where you should reach out to somebody. Almost
like, I don't know, these little golden acorns that people teach you.
Yeah, where do you find those?
Yeah, we didn't know that you could keep your house as a rental, your primary residence, and move out of it and buy another primary residence.
Yeah, and the bank wasn't going to tell us that.
No, the bank did not tell us that.
Jerks. I'm not sour about it at all.
We're telling you that right now. Okay. Guard thy treasures from loss. So protect your investments by diversifying your portfolio, investing in areas you understand. Oh my gosh, look at that.
Whoa.
And seeking professional advice from experts.
Dang, we're ahead.
Yep.
I love the protect because and this is like in the simplest form. I know so many people that just have a W-2.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I feel like everyone should have some kind of side hustle, something different just to help make a little extra money, right? Because that could go towards one, your wealth, but two, nothing's guaranteed.
Right.
Like you could be at your job for 20 years. Guess what? You get fired tomorrow, you get hurt, like whatever. And then what's your plan? Like if you have nothing to make money, you're effed.
Yeah.
So, because we all live up to a certain means. Most people, oh, I'm making 6 figures now. I'm going to live like I make 6 figures. So, like, I just feel like everyone should have something to fall back on. It doesn't have to be equal to what you're making, but something.
Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, we've always...
I think that's the, like, basic foundation of diversifying. Because then if something does happen, you could go all in on that. If you already know it, you're ahead.
Yeah.
Even if say you're doing, I don't know,
odd
Uber
jobs
Eats or like something like that. Guess what? I'm doing this full time now or till I can get back on my feet.
Yeah.
But what else do you think about like diversifying on a simpler level? Not like, well, I'll own multiple businesses of, chains of stores.
No, I think that's a great piece of advice, especially if you have a job. Like, what can you do on the side? And maybe that's more than a hobby, right? I mean, there's a difference between a hobby and something you do just to make money. And like, the whole do something you love and you'll never work a day in your life. It's like, well, your hobbies should be fun. I think when we combine hobbies and making money, then it turns into you no longer find the joy in it. Then it becomes this like burden.
The emphasis switches.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. So keep your hobby a hobby. I think that's something that we didn't do right, maybe. And then find something that you don't have to be passionate about, but if you're good at it.
Oh, yeah.
It'll make you money. Like you have tree work, right? Like you were an arborist for however many years. And so like if anything ever happens to your job and our passive investments aren't making us enough money to survive, you can just go do tree jobs and make,
is it ideal?
$1,000 at a time. No.
No.
And your body doesn't want you to do them. Right. But like you have that in your toolbox.
Right.
You're not passionate about tree work. Like you used to be when you first started doing it, you loved it. And we still drive down the street and he's like, oh, that tree needs trimmed. I'm like, calm down.
I can't get rid of it.
I know. So, but like that's a good example. I think, you have a very powerful skill that not a lot of people can do. I mean, and you're a climber, like that's even more rare.
Right.
But like I have a friend, he's a investor, owns about 40 rental properties. So that's what he does. Like he'll keep them as rentals. Sometimes he'll flip them, whatever. And, he was a master electrician and now he does real estate full time, but he can always go back.
He keeps his license
to being an electrician.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's super smart.
Yeah. I mean, that's the other piece of this is if you take a leap of faith out of your W-2 into investing full time, when you're to the point where you feel that safety of being able to do that, you can always go back to work.
Right.
Like there's always that option.
Absolutely.
I mean, I could probably go get a job making 6 figures if I wanted to. Right.
Oh, absolutely.
With my experience, but I don't want to. Like I want, not because I don't, I just haven't had a W-2 since I was 25. So.
Right. And your skills are being used other places right now.
Yeah.
But if like you're saying, if it came down to it and we had to, that's what we would do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I even think that is smart. Like you're saying, diversifying can even be using those other skills or having them on the back burner, like to make sure.
Yeah. And then in terms of investments, I mean, God, there's so much out there more than what I'll say they teach you.
There's probably more. I mean, even than we know.
Oh yeah.
We don't know it all by any means. So
it's funny too, like the things that we've learned in the last couple of years. It's like, how they always say, oh, the rich get richer. It's because like the more you know, like the more unbelievable some of these opportunities are.
Right.
It's like we've learned that like once you get into like bigger things, or so we kind of, our investments kind of are between that, our real estate investments now are between that like $1.5 million up to 12 million, right? Like that was Branson's like a $12 million project. So, but we're like the little guys, like there's not a lot of big money that invests in that.
Right.
So we're doing it the hard way. We're like struggling, trying to find investors, trying to find banks, and like, it's like this, it's actually like a tiny little investment for most.
Yeah. Cause that next level, they're like, well, if you were in the $15 to $50 million range, we'd hook you up.
Right.
And you're like, wait.
So I've been like networking, talking to people. Basically 25 million is kind of that base level investment.
So there's like a lot of places that don't even want to look at you if the project isn't at least 25 million.
They want 25 million. And it's like, if you're a proven operator, which that's what we're doing now, right? Is we're kind of building that reputation.
That's what we're going through right now. Yeah.
Like we're building that, but then like we could get up to that level of then like bringing this $25 million project to someone. And then they just like, you don't even have to put any money into it. Like imagine that. Like that'd be wild. Blew my mind that I'm like, wait a minute. we have to put all this money in and all this time and all this effort into these little ones. But once you get up to 25 million, they don't even want you to put money into it. They're like, we'll fund the whole thing.
Like,
and
we want you to do what you do and operate it and do the project.
So like, that's how it gets easier. It's like, the bigger the projects, the more money, and like the bigger the players. If you have experience or you know what you're doing, like, it doesn't cost you anything. And then you're part of a $25 million project. It's just insane.
Just got to earn that.
Yeah. Like the things we've learned about that.
That is wild.
Anyways, that's our level up that we'll work towards. Okay. Number 5, make your dwelling a profitable investment. Okay. So Babylonian.
Yep.
Make thy dwelling. Oh, it's just thy. Make thy dwelling a profitable investment. So owning a home can be a wise long-term investment, potentially appreciating over time and offering tax benefits. I mean, I feel like we already talked about this.
Right. Real estate in general, I think, has always been, I mean, any books or things you read, everyone's like, they talk about real estate and how it appreciates, and there's only so much, and the tax benefits are huge that you can write off and leverage. So yeah, we're a fan. I
mean, it's changed our whole path for our future.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even that first house. So we house hacked for about 5 years?
Yes.
And then sold it.
I mean, we even had a
it
kid
took time
for part of it. Like, we still had someone living with us when we had a baby, which I was like, if you're good with it, like.
Yeah. But he had lived with us for a while. So like,
that's true.
He was used to us and our craziness, and
that's
and he worked a lot. So, I mean, he wasn't there a ton and he didn't care. So, number 6, ensure, well, yeah, it's the same. Ensure a future income. So plan for retirement by securing a steady income stream through investments, insurance, and other strategies. Do you want to talk about our insurance strategy? Just top level.
Okay, I was like...
Top level.
Top level. So it's our whole life is what you're talking about, right? So our whole life policy is... it's a whole life policy where you actually have... what's the word I'm looking for? The minute you start it, you have the value of it as not income. What's the word I'm looking for?
Well, it goes onto your net worth.
Your net worth. Thank you. Yeah. So, and then you can add more money to it, paid up additions. You make interest on it, actually, on the payments that you make towards it. And then you can loan or borrow against it, which is huge. So, or most insurance that people are familiar with, you're just paying in, but you never have any value from it. So, and then these whole life policies, you can actually take out on each person in your family.
Yeah.
You can just keep taking more. You can take them out on your employees.
Yeah.
And then have that value. So if something happens to them, I guess you'd be covered that way. But I'm probably not doing a good job explaining this.
No,
I'm trying to keep it simple, and I think I'm just
it's just another like tool in our wealth building toolbox, right? But these there's only like 6 companies that do this very specific type of policy.
Right.
And from my understanding, insurance agents don't make very much money on them, if any at all. And so they don't promote it. So it's kind of one of those little secret hidden.
Yeah. You got to find the right agent, someone that'll do it for you.
Yeah.
Which is funny. They don't make money because, I mean, it's not cheap.
No, the policies are very expensive. And that's what took us so long to be able to like bite the bullet and do it for the premium, because the premium is really high. But what's cool, it's your whole, right? It's your whole life. Like, you have this policy forever, but you only pay the premiums for like 15 years. And then after that time, it like has compounded enough that it pays its own premiums.
Yeah.
So like, we'll pay the premium on that for 15 years and then we're done. And then it's just making money.
I like too that if you do borrow against it. So say you need to borrow 50 grand out of it. Like, the interest doesn't change. It doesn't drop. Like,
yes.
Like your interest.
Like a savings account.
Yeah. So if you take 50 grand out of your savings account, you're like, well, now I only have whatever, 20 grand in there. Like, that's what you get interest on. In these, it's not. It's whatever that number was, the highest number, that's what you keep getting interest off of.
Right, because you're technically not taking the money out of the policy. What you're doing is you're like using the policy as collateral. So it's kind of like a house. Like picture it like it's your house. Well, you're not drawing money out of your house. Your house is collateral against the money that you're taking out. So the life insurance policy is the same way.
Right. But you pay it back.
Yeah, and you pay it back into your policy. Mm-hmm. So you're not just taking it out. You're taking a loan against yourself. That money is still earning the same interest rate, whether you just like you didn't take it out.
Yeah.
And then you're taking that money and you're investing it in something that's earning an even higher yield. And then you're paying. So you're earning double on it because you're earning
absolutely
the, whatever, 4% inside your policy. And then you're earning whatever you can make on outside your policy. So maybe that's 20%, depending on what you're investing in. Right. So
we're still growing ours. We haven't even taken distribution. We haven't even taken anything out of it yet.
Mm-mm. No. And they say so this is definitely more of a long-term play, right? Like this is part of a longer term plan. And, really it doesn't make sense to borrow against it for, I think it's like 3 to 5 years.
Yeah. Depending on how much you're putting in on your paid up additions.
Yeah. And we're trying to max it out every year. Trying to.
Sometimes a year doesn't allow it, or whatever. So
and so then probably in 5. So I think we're in year 3 maybe.
Yeah, it's pretty young stuff.
Yeah, in a couple of years we'll probably start using it as collateral and making some headway on some other investments. But
I think it's a great insurance option though, because that brought that up through insurance.
Yeah, and it's a deep. What was I going to say? It's like That's just another level of security. Oh, it's like a vault. That's what I meant by like deep. So if your savings account is like level 1 vault, your whole life insurance policy is like a level 2 vault. Like it is easy to access it. It's like a phone call and you get the money in a couple days, but you don't really want to, right? Like you want to let it grow.
You don't go, I'm going to buy a new TV. Can I get $500? Like, not like that.
Right. So that was like insuring a future income. Okay, so I'm just going to offer this last piece of advice on that.
Oh, yeah.
There's a book by my guy, Garrett. It's called What Would the Rockefellers Do? And that book talks about this. And this is how the Rockefellers have stayed super wealthy generation after generation after generation. Because what you do is this whole life policy gets owned by your family trust.
Oh, so every person in it.
And then every person in the trust. So our kids we will get whole life policies on them once we're ready to pay those premiums, right?
Yeah.
So we'll get them on them. And then the beneficiary is our family trust. So it's not,
something happens to anyone
or
they
our
die.
Son's wife.
Right.
It's not, it's not our kids' kids.
That's a separate policy. They can do that on their own.
Yeah. But this one is for the family trust. So anytime someone in the family passes away, all that money goes back into the family trust. So it keeps the family wealthy forever.
Nice. So it's not just this big suitcase full of money that's just depleting.
Right.
It's actually continually adding.
Rebuilt.
Yeah.
By sadly, every passing family member. But then it's also a bank for your family. Your family can take money, borrow money from that trust, from that bank.
Yeah.
But you set the parameters up against it to say it's only allowed if you're going to do this with it, that with it, whatever.
Well, and it's not like you think of a trust fund, baby. This is you can borrow it, but you pay it back.
You pay it back. And you can't borrow it unless you have a policy on your life to put back to it.
Right.
Yeah. So
that's super smart.
Yeah. So that's a whole nother level, probably a whole nother podcast, but that's kind of where the idea comes from. So
I love it.
Last one, increase your earning ability. So increase thy ability to earn. I mean, this is kind of what we were talking about with the side hustles.
Yeah, I think that, or picking up a second small job somewhere, if you want to really make money to invest, you have to do more than just work your job. Now, unless you're making sweet money, good for you. Start setting it aside. But if you're not, put yourself in some discomfort. Have another job that maybe you work a few nights a week or early mornings. I don't know.
Invest in yourself by enhancing your skills. I love that. Enhance your skills.
Ooh.
Pursuing further education and continuously seeking opportunities to improve your knowledge and your expertise. So I have a question for you. So we're talking about diversity.
Yeah.
There's always that whole adage of like, well, if you just take all your energy and like education and like really dive in. Okay, so we'll use your W-2 job as example.
Yeah.
If you spent more time, more energy, more knowledge on getting better at your job.
Yep.
You know, so that's one option.
Sure.
And then there's diversifying.
Okay.
Which is the right way, because like you could spend time, energy, effort all on getting better at your job and you would make more money, right? Like there's kind of no doubt that if you put all this extra energy on something, it grows, right?
Right. Yeah.
But then what if your company decides to lay you off and you've put all this extra energy into it and now it's gone, right?
Yeah.
So like what are your thoughts on like really diving in deep to what you already do versus diving into something separate than what you already do?
So I'm a big, and I've been growing into this, like value. I'm a huge proponent of value. Anywhere you are, making yourself valuable, adding value. So I think if you were going to take it in steps, I would make yourself more valuable at your job first. And it's going to be kind of now depending on what job you have, but I do think it's going to get you farther ahead a little quicker potentially. If you can add that value and show your job what you are capable of. Like one, I wouldn't have a fear of having them get rid of you. Now the business is closed. I get that, but that's going to like keep you there, hopefully increase your income so that you can start diversifying if you're not into a position to diversify yet.
Okay.
Like then that's a way to increase your income. Right. And it, like I said, potentially easy because maybe even your company, I want to go to this seminar. Hey, I want to take this extra class. There's a lot of jobs that do that. They're like, we'll pay for school for you or whatever. So I think to do that in steps is what I'm saying. I think that would be a good first step. And then you could start hopefully diversifying outside of that job somewhere. Or it's just making you like, say something does happen to your job. Every job has a competitor. Like that's an easy, I'll say easy transition.
Yeah.
To just go to that competitor and be like, hey, this is what I did. Here's what I am. Now you're already like you 2.0 because you've increased your skill level. So at least it's that security net, safety net a little bit. Like, so for me, I'm in sales. There's a million sales jobs, but I could even go to a like company probably tomorrow and I have a great track record. I think they'd gladly take me if there's a position available.
Yeah.
Or maybe they'd create one for you if the right person.
Yeah.
Be like, we have to have this person. Let's open a new territory. Or I don't know.
Yeah.
So I think that's, in my brain, the easier step and most logical. Doesn't mean it's right.
Well, no, that's why I wanted to ask you what you thought, because you are W-2. So, that's a lot of people. That's most people. Yeah.
But it seems like today in the workforce, you don't have to put much effort in to stand out.
To be exceptional.
Yeah. That's the good news.
Yeah. So what are some ways you can be exceptional?
One, I think reading books has changed my everything. Just really diving into certain books. And I'm not just reading like Tom Clancy novels or something, but a lot of different like self-help, motivational, mindset. Even in my job as a car wash salesman, like I bring things to the table that I feel like the whole team is like, whoa, this is way outside of what we were even thinking. And even my bosses are always like, you have such good ideas and insight and unique, outlooks on things that we wouldn't have thought of, because I'm reading things outside of that industry and bringing them in instead of just reading car wash books and just like, then you're just doing what everyone else is doing. So I love like bringing different industries together. I don't even know where I was going with that. Just forgot.
Well, how do you stand out?
Oh, so yeah, like that. That's
how are you exceptional?
That's one way I'm exceptional. I think different. A lot.
Well, you have more because you're married to a entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Right? Like you kind of we have constant conversations about business and growth and all that. And so like you're taking what we talk about into your, standard W-2 meetings, which blows them away because like most people most of your coworkers, their wives either don't work or are also W-2'd, wouldn't you say?
Oh yeah.
So like they're not getting an entrepreneurial view outside of their life. I mean,
right. And I mean, with this stuff, you're helping people too. Like that's like I said, build value. Like one of my most valuable things is to help people.
Yeah.
And if you can help someone do anything, I don't care what it is or what job you're in, even if it's a customer coming into your store and you're just a associate, the more you can help them solve a problem, you're building a relationship and you're creating something there, that people don't do anymore. So that's my value, is helping people. And that's what I use all this information for. So I help our customers, I help my team, I help our bosses. Like my bosses will call me and ask me sometimes, hey, I really want your opinion on this situation we have going on. I mean, I feel good about that.
Yeah.
It makes me feel nice, warm and fuzzy.
Yeah. And as a sales guy, they've tried to get you into management and you're like, nope.
Yeah. I just, I have my goals in my life, and one of them is not to be a manager.
Yeah.
And sit in meetings. So
yeah, I think that's good. I mean, I think that's a good way to stand out. So grow yourself and grow your mindset. And then I think a big piece of that is to be fearless enough to say these things.
Yeah. That took a little bit
time.
It did, because you're going to stand out. Like the way you open your mouth, sometimes you might not, you're going to stand out from the pack, right? You're going to be the black sheep sometimes. But I'm okay with that now, and I embrace it.
But you weren't in the beginning.
No, I was company man, just drinking all the company Kool-Aid, and took me a bit to get to that point.
I mean, you're still a company man, but you're not afraid to offer insight.
Right.
That maybe goes against what they're all saying.
Yeah, I'll challenge them now. Or before, that's what I meant by company man. I was just more like the puzzle piece. I just need to fit in and find my little spot. Now I'm like, I want to go over into that spot. Like I'm going to go where I want, and I'm going to move around on the board. Yeah. So I'm not scared to do that anymore.
Yeah. And you do it very eloquently.
I've been told. Yeah.
Yeah. Like you don't like force your agenda. I think that's the key. It's like you eloquently like suggest things as a different point of view, without like forcing it down anyone's throat or anything like that. So
yeah, thanks.
Yeah. I mean,
is this an inflate Axel's ego podcast? I'm liking this. Let's keep going here.
Because we work from home, and so I'm like on all of your meetings.
You're always eavesdropping on all of them.
Yeah, but you are. I mean, you're good at that. I'm envious of that in you, because I feel like I don't have as good of a skill at that. Being more of a dominant personality, like I just will kind of bulldoze sometimes. Like, I don't understand, why don't we just don't do this, right? Like, I mean, I just want to get there the most efficient way possible, and you massage it better.
Yeah, I don't just go right with the elbows into the knot. I'm like rubbing a little bit. Like, let's warm it up.
Yeah.
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 All right.
I want to learn that from you. that
well, I use it on you. How are you not? You should have learned it by now. Pay attention.
Through osmosis?
Yeah.
I can't. No.
Come on.
No.
All right.
And that's why we work so well.
Yes. Was that it? Or is there one more?
That's it. So these rules emphasize discipline, planning, informed decision making, and a long-term perspective and managing your finances and achieving your wealth goals.
Pat on our back, I feel like we embrace all of those.
Yes.
We didn't.
When you're down in the weeds, it's just so hard to look ahead and be like, we can get there.
Yeah.
You know, it just feels so hopeless. Like when we were just drowning in debt and like...
You know what's hard to see when we were in that position is future you. Mm-hmm. Like everyone always talks about like, what would future you think of you right now? It's really hard to see that person and to let that vision come through.
Yeah.
But when you get to that point, then you're like, God, why didn't I listen to myself in the future? Like,
yeah, that whole
it was gonna be okay.
2020 thing.
Keep digging, right?
Yeah.
But make future you proud. Like you have to.
Yeah, I mean, only you can, right, change your path. And you can either be a victim and like be stuck in what you've created so far, or you can make a dramatic change, like setting aside 10% first and living off the 90% and just see what happens.
Absolutely.
You know, I mean, I think a lot of people who, you know, are growth minded and listening to podcasts and exploring opportunities to change, you know, maybe aren't living paycheck to paycheck. So hopefully you're already past that point. And maybe you're already doing some of this stuff, which is great. But I think Axel and I are definitely living proof that you can grow up with no financial education whatsoever, no example of how to do it, and break the cycle and like break through, and like just through learning and books and, you know, outside positive influences to like this podcast, to see other ways than what you were taught.
Yes.
Or not taught, essentially.
Yeah. Maybe do the opposite of what you're taught. I don't know.
Yeah. And change the projection and feel like you're on the path to wealth. And you know what's funny about all these books? So I also just read one called something about like how to be rich or something. And I hate that word. Like rich has such a like negative connotation to me. Oh, The Science of Getting Rich. Oh, okay. That's what it's called. And then like Richest Man in Babylon. And then you were talking about Napoleon Hill, his Think and Grow Rich. Yeah. Yeah. So like back in the 20s and 1910s, 1920s, rich did not have the stigma and like the negativity behind it that now we associate it to. I feel like so many people have like created this like rich is bad.
That's why we use
rich
the word
is
wealth.
Evil, you know? So yeah, like I don't want to be rich because you think of lifestyles of the rich and famous, right? And it's like
rich get
opulence
richer.
And you know, just this over the top and all, like our
IKEA curtains are pretty rich, I'm gonna say right now. with dollars here. With
holes in them from our dogs jumping on. No, but like to us, that's not what we picture when we talk about wealth. No. Like we're not talking mansions, Ferraris, you know. That's not we're not talking lifestyle here. Like we're talking like building a foundation of peace and stability.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you say? I mean, that's what wealth is to us.
Our wealth is future, not even just future us, future lineage. Like to me, that's our wealth.
Yeah. And not in your standard way. Okay, Vanderbilts versus Rockefellers. The Vanderbilts lost their entire fortune in 3 generations.
Wow.
The Rockefellers still are wealthy. And it's literally that trust of like whole life insurance policies going back into the family trust.
Well, it's just making sure the bucket is, the funnel's filled.
Yeah.
Right.
And like the Vanderbilts did it the traditional way where you pass everything down. Well, think about it. You have 2 people, they have babies. And then they pass that down to the 3 kids, and then they pass that down to their
2 or 3 babies.
their 9 grandkids, and you're just spreading the money out, diluting it, and then it's gone. So in 3 generations, your money will be gone if you don't do. I mean, it will be like it's.
Now, granted, you're dead. What do you care? But
right, but then what's the point?
Right, set your future, kids, grandkids, everything. Like that's what I want to do is just set all them up.
And I think that's what people think about. Like, well, why would I work so hard for this if they're just going to like squander it? Right. Or like you think about it that like, why would I do that? And so I think we've had that thought of like, well, this isn't really for our kids. Right. Like the wealth that we're building. It's not like they just are going to get everything when we die.
And we've told them that.
Yeah. Like it all goes into a trust. And there's rules with that trust, and like they can access it, right? And like and then their kids can access it, and then but like everyone has to be a partner in it and play a valuable piece of that. And if we have some lineage, some offspring that's like a drug addict, like they're not going to get access to it.
No, there'll be people and processes in place to keep that protected.
Yeah. So they can't take all that money and just like blow it on drugs. Like,
no.
So, I mean, that's a lot to say. We see this as building up our family tree legacy, like permanently.
Yeah.
Based on what we've learned.
Yeah. We're not doing it to be like, I want giant house and 4 houses and all this stuff.
No, and I mean, that could be some people's preference and that's fine.
Just not ours.
Right.
It's our choice. So
yeah.
No, I think that's good.
So hopefully you can take these 7 steps from the Richest Man in Babylon and start applying 1 and then 2 and then 3 if you're not already there. Maybe
Absolutely.
you're already on step 7 and see how it changes.
So
see
what's
how it changes your life.
Here's our question always.
Yeah.
What's your golden acorn today?
To me, it's starting with step number 1. If you don't already do it, you could be wealthy. You could be, rich, in the sense of society of like how much money you make. But if you're not doing this, like you're messing up.
Yeah.
So my golden acorn is to set aside 10% of your money off the top and put it into, we call it wealth creation, and start figuring out what to invest in properly.
Perfect. I love that.
That suits your investment profile.
I'm on board with that acorn.
Yeah?
Yeah. I love it.
Step 1 if you're not doing it. You could be doing steps 4 and 5, but not step 1. Maybe you just throw money at investments without any...
Just because you have extra money.
Just because you have extra money, but it doesn't mean it's the right, path or the right way. But
yeah.
I mean, and we... Obviously, all of this is like just... Here's what we do. We're just trying to be guides to like help you make some decisions and just change something.
We're not telling you what to do.
No, I mean,
put it out there.
But I do think everyone should do the 10% thing. What's it going to hurt?
Right. Yeah. Worst case scenario, you're like, I don't feel any different. Well, guess what? Now you got 10% of money laying around that you can do something with.
Yeah.
So, all right. This was fun.
Yeah. Thanks for helping.
You're welcome. I'll send you a bill.
All right. I'll look for it. Thanks.
All right. Thanks, everybody.